This is Jennifer from ZIA. Be Well. Another fabulous episode. We are showcasing the local businesses who have fitness and wellness, who are fitness and wellness practitioners, because I don't feel like they get enough love sometimes. And there's so much to offer, and not everything is for everybody. So there is something for everybody, and it's great that all the practitioners we've had, just have something different to offer. But it's just been such an honor because everybody is so different and has so many really so passionate about what they do. And last week, actually, we had Jen from Yin Acupuncture. She was on, and she and I went to a treatment last week. It was just so fabulous, and it was such a great idea to meet you first, Cristina. We have Cristina from Scituate Salt Cave.
Hello.
And we did the ionic foot bath detox.
Yes, you did.
Which is like nothing I've ever heard. Like, you can soak your feet. That's nothing, okay?
It's a little different.
Yeah, and this is so different. And it's one of the amenities and therapies that Cristina offers. And, yes, the Salt Cave, I feel, is the main attraction. But you're like, when you go check it out, you're like, wow. What is this? Like, even Jen from Yin Acupuncture's like, I said, I want to go try the Salt Cave. Oh, well, there's a foot detox too. I want to do that. And I wasn't thinking, because you don't realize how much you have to offer.
Oh,
so, and
lots
it was
to
just
uncover for sure.
Yeah. And it was just a great experience. And so, and then your husband came over and checked on us, and everybody knew what they were doing. And I don't want to say it like that, but everybody who I've met, everybody just is into what they're doing and knows what they're doing, not just working there. There's a big difference. And Christina's not you've been to do it. You've done podcasts before and have a lot to offer. So I'd like for you to take it away, if you don't mind, because I'd love for you to talk about exactly what it is, and how do you want to begin? You want to talk about the Salt Cave, or do you want to talk about all the other cool things you have?
There's so many things to talk about. But first of all, Jennifer, thank you so much for having me on the podcast. I really appreciate the time and giving us the platform to talk about wellness on the South Shore. Just like you said, we're here, and we're here for people. We want to make sure that the right people and the people that need us for whatever reason it might be can find us. So thank you for that. Appreciate it.
I love it.
So I'm glad that you got a chance to check out the Scituate Salt Cave. We are located at 164 Front Street in Scituate Harbor, right in the harbor.
Super easy to get to, because I get lost going to the mailbox. So I just want you to know, everybody thinks Scituate, and it's just a fabulous ride, very peaceful. You almost feel the peace while driving there.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate that
geek.
too. Yeah. And if you haven't been to Scituate or haven't been to Scituate lately, it's a great community. It's growing. Lots of great restaurants, amazing places to shop. We even have a awesome hotel in town. So people will make it, a pilgrimage, and they'll come, they'll enjoy the time, they'll enjoy the space. They'll really make the time for themselves, which is so important, which you and your friend did last week. And we're so grateful that you found us. But yes, you're absolutely right. We do have lots of things that people can uncover at the Scituate Salt Cave. Everything from the Hallmark experience, which is really the salt caves.
That's awesome.
And for those of you that are listening that have no idea what a salt cave is, you're thinking, what the heck is a salt cave? I can share with you a little bit about the experience if you'd like.
Because that's my next trip.
Next visit. That'll be great. So the salt cave is a space that is created entirely from salt, where you come to receive something called halotherapy. So halotherapy is essentially salt therapy. It was created or uncovered, I guess I should say, in the mid-1800s by the salt miners that were coming out of the salt mines in Poland, healthier than everybody else. They weren't succumbing to the plagues of the time. They were outliving their life expectancy. They looked really good. Oh yeah, this is all the cool stuff.
Cool.
Right? So they, the medical community caught on, and they said, there's something about this. These people that are spending day in, day out underground mining this salt, they're healthier. So what if we took the ill community, brought them into these salt mines, essentially left them there, with some care for weeks, if not months, to heal their respiratory systems. And lo and behold, that's precisely what happened.
So that was what it was initially for?
Exactly. So primarily a respiratory benefit. They knew it could heal people's respiratory systems. So it took 100 years, but they figured out how to simulate that environment above ground with something called a halo generator. So a halo generator is a medical device that you put medicinal quality or medical grade salt into. It crushes that medical grade salt into microns that are so fine that it creates this mist inside our caves. And I'm going to talk about what it feels like in the cave in just a second, but just so you understand the mechanics of how it works. The salt goes into the space that you're in. You can taste it. You can kind of feel it tingling a little bit on your skin. And as you inhale, you breathe deeper. You can expand your lung capacity. It's really amazing. You feel it almost instantaneously.
And how often can you go in? Like, can you go in?
That's a great question. We don't really prescribe because everyone's different. Just like you said, everybody's different and every body is different, right?
Yeah. But I mean, if somebody wanted to, if they chose to, can they go in daily?
They absolutely could go in daily. In fact, I'm raising my hand right now. You can't see that. I'm in there daily. Because I love the way it feels, and
your skin.
I get sick less.
You have beautiful skin.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So it definitely lands on your skin. It can help with skin conditions as well, things like psoriasis, eczema, acne. So that's a secondary benefit, the skin benefit. But honestly, I think the most important benefit is the mental health benefit.
Yeah.
Unplugging for 45 minutes, sitting in this absolutely beautiful space, breathing in the salty air. I mean, think about how you feel when you go to the beach for a day.
Yeah.
How awesome that feels, right? This is now that same feeling, although you're getting the same amount of salt that you would get spending 5 days at the beach. All right, so that's kind of rushing through your system, making you feel really, really healthy. I know when I went for my very first salt cave visit, I left there feeling like I could run a marathon. And it was just
so detox is a lot of
it does detox. Well, it's detoxing.
Opens up the lymphatic.
It does do that, and it's detoxing your lungs basically, so that you have this deeper breath. Wonderful respiratory benefits, awesome skin benefits, mental health benefit. I think is one of the most important things, and I'll tell you why. So as you're walking into these two caves, we've got two. We've got a small cave that can seat up to 4, and then we have a large cave that we've had up to 20 in. It seats about 12 zero gravity chairs comfortably, but we can fit more larger groups in with a combination of chairs and people laying in the salt, which people love to do.
I wanted to see that one, but it was busy. It's always booked. Not always booked. There's always room for you.
This is our busy season.
Yeah, it's busy season.
Busy season starts in October and kind of runs through April or so, and that's when we see a lot of our regulars. Some of them take the summers off, and then in the summer we have the people that are in town for weddings and tourists and things of that nature. So we do stay busy all year round, and we are open all year round. But you've got one of these two caves to choose from. Either way, the experience is exactly the same. So if you're in the small cave, you're with a smaller group. You can go in alone if you want, which I do a lot. You can bring a friend or a partner, but can seat up to 4, whereas the larger cave seats many, many more.
So it's a great party too.
It's great. People come and they celebrate big birthdays. They have bachelorette parties. We have book clubs that meet inside the cave.
Oh my gosh, really?
Which is so fun.
Yeah, and you're kind of forced to relax.
You are forced to relax, and we do give you a little bit of assistance with that as well. Yeah. So you've got the taste of the salt coming through the air. You're surrounded by 30,000 pounds of glowing pink salt. It's so beautiful. We play bilateral music, which bounces from speaker to speaker, helping to calm your brain waves. We also recorded some ocean sounds right from Scituate Harbor, so you feel like you're right there in Scituate at the beach. We also play a guided meditation. So that's the key to really get you relaxed. It's not a full-length 45-minute guided meditation, so anybody can do it. It's about 10 minutes long. It brings you through a full body scan, gets you super relaxed from your head to your toes. It cues you to breathe so you don't forget. And it just really calms you and relaxes you. So whether you're in the small cave or the large large cave, same experience. Small cave, as I mentioned, is always private, seats up to 4. The large cave, we can do larger parties, or you can book what's called a community seat. Let's say you wanted to come by yourself. Small cave was booked. Just book a community seat. It's kind of like booking a table at a restaurant. So you're in there with other people, but you all have your own area, your own seat.
Yeah, you're very organized. You can get everybody in. So to make sure there's room for you.
Exactly.
And that was a big deal because I thought that was like, oh, if my girlfriends can't all get together, oh, no, we'll find a spot for you.
We'll get you in. We'll get you in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's what we're known for, I should say.
Yeah.
That's what people come for the caves, to see the caves, to experience the caves.
Awesome.
But you got to experience the ionic foot bath detox, which is great. So that's a further detoxification process where we place your feet in a warm salted bath. We connect you to an ionizer that helps draw the toxins out. So we can release toxins in all kinds of ways. We sweat, we do other things. But this is actually drawing the toxins out. And you can see it in the water based on the colors that the water turns. And we start with just pure tap water. We plop your feet in. We put the pump inside. We put a little bit of salt just to kind of get things softened up. And lo and behold, the water turns all these wild colors based on what you're detoxifying and from where in your body it's coming from. And we help you analyze a little bit, but it's kind of fun to figure it out on your own as well.
Yeah, because we had that little chart that we followed, and I have a sprained ankle, and I have to say, like, my range of motion was better, and I'm not being a nerd, but that's true. Mm-hmm. And then my stomach felt better, and my skin felt better, and it's just whatever's going on with your individual person, because I was explaining to somebody the experience, and they said, so is everybody's the same color in the water? I said, no, it depends on what your need.
But but then it...
But what your need is what how it will help.
Right.
So,
exactly.
and that's something that was very interesting to me because I'm like, well, who I was with, we all had different, things going on.
Sure.
So it's a pretty good balance. So could we do like a spa day, like salt one day, and then you have to do the ionic salt bath. So you can do other things all in the same day.
You can, absolutely. So some people come and do both of those services in the same day. Some people come and just do the cave. Some people come and just do the foot bath like you did. We've done lots of corporate events where we will host larger numbers of folks and they kind of rotate through different activities. We've been doing more of that lately. In fact, a lot of corporations are reaching out to us saying, hey, I want to treat my employees to a wellness day. Not just like going out and doing a fun activity like bowling or something, but they're actually coming and doing something healthy for their teams, which we really love. And we can customize.
Mental health is like, it's the big thing.
Exactly.
So if you're happy with that and you clear your head, then you can do a better job at work.
Exactly.
So maybe that's why corporate's thinking that. I don't know.
I would believe that is precisely the reason why. But we can customize any experience. In fact, we a couple weeks ago, right before Christmas actually, so it was more than a couple weeks ago, we had an engagement inside the cave. We customized the whole experience for the couple that wanted to get engaged in the cave. It was so beautiful.
There? Is that
they
why
did not.
Oh, okay.
They did not. But it's funny. We do have a couple that came on their first date when we opened 3 years ago, and I'm being told that. Well, I don't want to. Just in case they're listening, but I'm hearing that they're getting engaged soon as well, so they might come back. But this was a different couple that got engaged before Christmas. But it was beautiful, But we'll customize any experience for folks that want to celebrate a big, 50th or 60th birthday, or they want to get their girlfriends together because someone's getting married soon, or we do a lot of couples that come in. So, the experience can be really whatever you want it to be, but we give you some guidance with those hallmark experiences.
What made you want to do this? Because it's very different. There's a lot of wellness centers. A lot of wellness centers that we have in the area have a lot to offer, and it seems that everybody I've met, they all have a special connection to what they're doing. It's not just like, I just decided to do this because it's whatever. There's a connection to their type of therapy that they're offering, and personally. So is this something
there's
for
no exception here either. So I before the pandemic, I was working for a company based in Los Angeles called Yoga Works, and I was the district manager for all the yoga studios in Boston. And I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. This was my dream job. I love practicing yoga, and this is what I'm going to do until I retire. And that was in 2019.
Oh, okay.
So 2020 rolled around, and we all know what happened then.
Sure.
Pandemic hit when my kids were at school on their computers, and I would, get them all set, and then I'd go out and I would walk or run for hours until I was in pain. And I did this every day, day in, day out, trying to just get through the pandemic like so many of us were trying to do. But my way of working through things was by walking. So much so that my knees were completely shot. When I finally got to the doctors, they said, you're probably going to need a double knee replacement. Oh. And I was turning 50 the next year. I was, late 40s. And I just said, I gotta figure this out. I don't want a double knee replacement. I'm allergic to a lot of things. I can't take any anti-inflammatory medication. I can't take Advil. I'm even allergic to turmeric, right, which is a natural anti-inflammatory.
That turmeric's pretty strong.
And
So anyways, that I can't take it myself either. So
it's tough. And a lot of people have these sort of things. So I was lost. I didn't know what to do. I was talking to someone that I worked with at Yoga Works, and she said, you know what? All the rage here on the West Coast are these salt caves. You need to find a salt cave. And I was like, what the heck is a salt cave? So I did some research, and I found one a couple hours away in Orleans on the Cape. And I dragged my husband down. I said, we're going to go do this. It's going to be fun. And he's like, okay, let's go. We had a wonderful time. And we both looked at each other while we were inside the cave and said, this is amazing. We need to figure out, one, whether we can put one in our house, which we very quickly found out was not economical.
It's a pain in the neck too. Yeah.
And salt is heavy, so there's a lot of stipulations around putting it in a home. But I said, what if we did this as a business? There isn't one anywhere near Scituate. Let's explore this. So from that day, that was March 13th of 2021. We went to that first salt cave visit. 2 weeks later, we went to go visit another one in Exeter, New Hampshire. After that, 2 weeks later, we went to visit one in Montauk on Long Island. And I said, okay, maybe this is my new business, just finding salt caves and driving to them all the time. And for my own personal benefit and relief.
Sure.
But we put together a business plan, and we said, let's see if we can make this work. Lo and behold, 6 months later, we did it in 6 months.
Wow.
Jen. It was like crazy. 6 months later, we were opened. A lot happened in between that March 13th and that October date, but we were able to find a salt cave designer. We found this amazing woman who is from Poland, where this modality originated. She came, worked with us. We found our space fairly quickly, but not easily. We knew where we wanted to be. We wanted to be in the harbor.
It's a central point.
It's a central point, and it's a perfect location.
It's peaceful.
Super peaceful. Right on the water, but that space was not available. But everything kind of lined up, and all of these obstacles sort of moved out of the way once we made the commitment to do this. And I'm a big manifester. I always want to try to manifest my dreams, and I instill that in my kids as well. I've got two girls that are in college, and I said, let's just make this happen. So we were able to secure the space that we wanted by a few different miracles that cleared themselves for us. We worked with this. We got on board with this cave designer from Poland, and then she was able to come and install in August, and we were open in October. So from day one to the day we were open, it was about 6 months.
That's pretty fast.
It was really fast. It was really fast, and we've been really fortunate and blessed that people have found us. Yeah. People will share their experience with other people, which is really great. We focus on an exceptional experience when they're there. We love, nothing warms our heart more than when we see people coming and meeting there. Like, we have people that come from the Cape and people that come from the North Shore, and they come through our threshold and they hug, and it's so nice that they're using our sacred space is a place to meet up. That's why we did this.
And you really explain everything when you get there too. Like, you're not just like, okay, sit down, put your feet in, call it a day. Oh, this is the room for the salt walk in. I mean, you really help us with the experience. Like, you really help everybody.
We want you to get the most out of it.
Yeah, get the most out of it. And even though we wanted to see the salt cave, we had scheduled the foot bath, but I said, I want to see the salt cave for next time. And you made a point to make sure and showed us, and you because sometimes people don't even know when they go in there for one thing. They're like, oh, you also offer this? Oh, let's take a look and see it. And then that makes that's more exciting. Just
something to come back for.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely want to come back for this. Okay. And you really showed us how the experience is going to be, knowing that we were going to come next time. So that was good. Did you do other things in there as well?
We do other things.
Okay,
yes,
because we didn't have time. It was Saturday was a hopping day. So
the weekends are very busy. Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and now even Mondays are our busiest days. Just for your information for our listeners, but we do all kinds of wonderful workshops. We have Reiki that we offer. We do a lot of energy healing. We've got amazing Reiki masters that will work with you inside the caves. So you're getting the halo therapy and you're getting the Reiki therapy, which is wonderful. We do yoga classes, mostly all level, very slow flow, yin-like restorative type classes. So
meditation, right?
Yep, we do a lot of meditations. We do sound baths. We have a beautiful yoga nidra sound bath that we do a couple times a month.
And you do the sound bath in the salt room?
Inside the salt room. Yep, absolutely. We have another sound bath that we do that's called AccuSound, which is acupuncture and sound bath, which is a really nice combination as well. Once a month, the second Saturday of every month, I offer actually a free class. It's called Mindful Movement and Meditation, where we gather together inside the large cave. We do some mindful movement, some meditation, and there's a little bit of sound involved in that as well. That's one of my favorite things that we do. We do all these customized experiences as well. We have some big things planned for 2025. I can tease a little bit. Can you share a little? Yes. I'll give you guys the inside scoop. So on November 11th, 11/11, we're going to be holding our very first Soul Sisterhood Summit. It's going to be a spiritual wellness conference that'll take place in Marshfield. So large format retreat, is the best way to describe it. More to come on that coming soon.
Okay. So, that's awesome. Yeah. And what else did you have? Did you have something else coming up on like in the next month or something? We have
all kinds of workshops and events coming up. We're doing a lot of fun things for Galentine's Day and Valentine's Day. So things coming up in March.
Do you list them on your website?
Everything is listed on the website. We
and
also
on social media?
On social media as well.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. We've got the Food Whisperers coming. Have you heard about them?
No, what's that?
Very, very cool. So they, through divine intuition, will help people with food sensitivities. So really fascinating. So they're doing a free discussion in February. I don't have my phone right next to me, so I can't give you the exact date, but I can promise you, actually, they're coming the end of this month, may be sold out the end of January, but definitely look for the website to see what availability there is for that. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. What are your pages on social media? Because I know everybody likes to follow.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for asking. So at ScituateSaltCave.com. Well, ScituateSaltCave.com is our website. At Scituate Salt Cave for Facebook and Instagram to follow us.
Okay, on Institute, because I've been following you. Yes. I think I followed you on Facebook, but I haven't caught you on Insta.
Yeah.
I said, as long as you catch one of them so you can follow all of your programming and your amenities.
Yes, the information is duplicated on both, so they should be able to get everything.
That's so exciting. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, my absolute pleasure.
Is there anything else you want to add? Because I feel like we might have forgot something.
I'm sure we forgot so many things. I love what I do, and it is really important to highlight the wellness on the South Shore, and just really get people to take the time to do things for themselves. That's so important, and we try to encourage that all the time through all the communication that we have with our visitors. We want them to unplug, come in, enjoy the time, enjoy the space. Maybe get a little healing involved as well.
I want to mention that what you have is very different, and a lot of people are. They're always like stuck. Like I know, including myself. I'm using myself as an example, but stuck where. I want to try something different. You've got to try something different. Mm-hmm. Now, as we said, not everything is for everybody, but you've got to try the Salt Cave and the Ionic Foot Bath. These are two really, really amazing, healing, easy therapies that you wouldn't you don't have around. It's not just like going to the gym and it's the same machine. This is you're the machine. You need to take care of yourself and get a tune-up and go to these therapies, because the salt cave and the foot bath, just those two alone, is just something beyond that. You don't even have to be good at. You just have to accept the therapy into your into yourself, and you end up focusing on yourself a little more, and it's just so different, and it's a direct it's direct to get to. You have different rooms, so there's always room for you. There's a lot of options to do that, and all we're asking is for you to relax.
That's
just come in and
just
relax.
Come and relax. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it does so much for you that there's always a tie-in with Western and Eastern medicine and alternative therapies, and it's like, this can't hurt you. It's just go in and relax. You'll sleep better. Your feet will feel better. Your range of motion is better. You won't even realize something was bothering you sometimes until after the therapy. You're like, jeepers, I didn't even know that bothered me. I don't feel that anymore.
Exactly.
And sometimes little things in our bodies were like, what was that ouchie? Or what was that? And then all of a sudden it just doesn't hurt anymore, because you've given yourself time to relax in a comfortable place that, as long as you accept that therapy, it'll do your body that much better.
There's nothing more natural than salt. Salt is of the earth, and so you hit the nail right on the head. The thing that I guess I could add is that we do have a really lovely boutique shop.
Oh yeah, that was fun
front.
too.
And we very carefully curated a selection of wellness products that we run through the same filter. Every single thing that we put on those shelves has to be something that makes you feel really good, makes you feel good about buying it, using it, giving it as a gift, and it's a wonderful memory of your time at the Scituate Salt Cave. So great spot to buy gifts, even if it's a gift for yourself.
Yeah, and that was another thing too, was like my friend, when we came, was like, well, we got to get there early because we got to shop. I'm like, what? We have to shop? Okay, well, but you just automatically, you just glide in, and I don't know, I just felt like after we had our therapy, it was just easy to just glide through the boutique and just see everything. It was almost like what you sold was what we already experienced, So it was a really good tie-in. Yeah. It was like, it wasn't like, oh, go in and we're trying to, sell. It's not like that. It's just automatic. It's part of it. Yeah. Purposeful. Thank you.
Yeah.
So again, let's give the directions.
Absolutely. So ScituateSaltCave.com, at Scituate Salt Cave on Instagram and Facebook. We are at 164 Front Street, and our phone number is 781-545-SALT, which is 7258.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, Cristina. We'll have you back again.
Awesome.
And this is ZIA Be Well. Thank you so much.